More important presentations, but probably not so much as fun or interesting presentations in my series is my presentation on taxes, risk management, and insurance. And all of these things you need to be educated on in order to know that you're safe financially in the future, in the present, and even in the past when it comes to reporting your videos and all sorts of other stuff.
I think it's
so I'm just going to kind of go over some of the basic
allow you to know whether
principles of these. It can get much more complicated.
Buying a house.
It's
scratch the surface. One of the largest parts of buying a house is understanding if
So first I want to go over the different tax rules to always
so I really highly recommend that you watch this
that you always apply them to your financial life.
Even before
First one is always pay taxes on time and in full. That's kind of goes without saying, but
the very first question
always
you want
make
to ask
sure that
is
you're
you want
always
to
paying
ask
your taxes
yourself
on time
if you
in full, so you're not paying
and what
any
you really need to
unnecessary
look in the mirror and ask
Just
yourself,
like anything else
can I
in
be
your
an
financial
owner for
life,
the next 5 years?
tax
Am I willing
dues
to
also accrue and get larger the longer you don't pay them.
Area
You can even get
5 years.
serious
Is 5 years
trouble with the
a large
government
amount of
if
time
you
for
don't
me?
pay them.
Am I at the age where 5 years really isn't
The second
that
rule
long
is pay
for me?
only the legal minimum amount on taxes.
And so you
If
just
you pay
want
not enough,
to
then you're going to violate the first
know
rule.
if this is a
If you
yes
pay
or
too much,
yes or no.
then you're going to end up
And if it's
allowing
yes,
the government to
then
have your money when you
move
could
on
have
to
your
this
money.
next question.
And instead of you accruing that money and investing it
Can
and
I
growing
make
it,
this
it's the
my
government
number
that's
one financial priority?
growing it and investing it.
Um,
I know it sounds
unless
awesome
you're
that you get your pattern at the end
loaded
of
with
the
money,
year, the end
This is
of
a question
whatever
that
period
many
of time,
people need to ask
you have.
themselves. And the
But
reason
at the
being
same
is because
time,
once you
probably
purchase
gonna
a
be able to grow
house
it more
and you purchase,
by getting to keep that money versus having
get the mortgage
government
and you get everything required.
Third one to keep in mind is
Your
to commit
house
to
is going
understanding
to be
concepts
your number
of
one
income
financial
taxes.
priority for the
It
next
applies differently
few years.
to each person.
And that for some people
each
that's
groups
big.
of people,
It's huge.
all sorts of different
And you
kinds
really
of
need to
people.
fathom the fact
It
that
applies differently,
this will be
and
your
you're just going to
child
want to
for the
know
next
where do you fall.
however
when it
many
comes to
years you're
income
planning on
taxes.
holding on to it.
Fourth rule is you're going to want to have an
more.
effective record-keeping
But
system to
you
make
need
sure
to
that you can
understand that
pay your taxes
this
on time
will
and
be
in full,
your number one
pay the legal
financial
minimum
priority
amount on them, and also
as long as you're
understanding
willing to hold on
the
to it.
level of income tax
And once
that
again,
applies to
if
you.
this is a yes,
Know your tax bracket.
then move on.
That's the fifth rule.
Then we're
Kind
going
of
to ask
goes
the
in
next
hand
question.
with
If
the
this is
fourth
a
rule.
no, then just
And third
reevaluate
rule,
your position.
understanding where you fall within the tax system.
Am I ready
having
to
a deduction
donate
strategy.
time, money, and effort?
You want a
into this?
withholding
This
strategy,
kind of goes
and
into
also
the last
you want to know
question
when to seek
about
expertise
dedicating
and when to
and making
not.
it your number
So
one
there are a lot
priority.
of people who are out there to help
But
you.
you also need
but then
to
there's some
realize
people
that you're
who will
going to
offer
put
to help you
energy
with
into
your,
this as
your
well as
taxes
time.
in order to make a quick buck.
In addition to the money. And this could
Some
be
methods of risk
preparing
management.
it,
The first
trying
line
to
of
sell
defense
it
is
once you're
avoiding
ready to move
unnecessary
out,
risk. That means
keeping
don't
the
buy
yard nice,
into real estate in a very
everything
dangerous
associated
area,
with keeping
weather
a
or
house,
crime rates.
turning a house into a
Don't
home and making it
just
nice
avoid
and
risk
appealing
altogether.
and functional.
Regardless of
Once again,
what part of your financial life it applies
you doing
to.
what you're doing until you're
If
ready to answer this with a
This
yes. If it's
presents
yes,
itself
then
as
we're
being
gonna ask this
unavoidable,
question.
and it normally does.
Do I make enough
You're going to
for
want to
this?
invest in insurance.
Once again, kind of
And
delves into
insurance
the
could
whole
be a great
financial
way of
aspect.
having
Reason
a
being
organized
is
and
you're
effective way
going
of
to have
defending
to be able
yourself
to make
against
the
financial
monthly payments
disaster,
and still be able
and
to live.
it should be considered the
Can't
second line of defense.
Just purchase
Then
a house
behind
and
that
then realize,
is
oh
the
no,
third
I
line of
gotta
defense,
eat still.
which is your
'Cause
cash
that's no way of
safety
living.
net.
So make sure
Where
that
your cash
you
safety
will
net
be still able
and
be
think of it as almost an
able to
when
live
all else
comfortably
fails,
while still maintaining these
So
payments.
in this case, when investing in
avoiding
insurance
foreclosure.
fails and they're not paying all the way for your
You're
disaster
gonna
or
want
your
to check
accident,
to see if your safety
and
net's complete.
obviously at that point,
cover
if
in
you're using
other
insurance,
videos
it means
and our
that
safety net
avoiding unnecessary
you're
risk
going to
really
want to be
wasn't
sure
worth
that
it,
you'll be able
and
to
wasn't done
alleviate
accurately or
the damages of risk
disaster present itself regardless.
and financial emergencies.
Insurance should be
and
thought
with
of as the second line of defense
of
to
course, there's
avoiding risk.
homeowners insurance,
As I
but
said
also with your
previously,
safety net for
insurance
whatever the
exists for
insurance is
nearly
not
every
able to
aspect
cover.
of life that can be replaced by money. So anything that could really be
you
paid for
ready
and
to
sometimes
follow the
can't
rule
be
of
paid for, like
27%?
such as if it's
What this
something
means is, are you
sentimental,
willing to pay
they
27%
still will replace it,
of the price
and
up
it
front,
really applies to
as a
every
down
single
payment
aspect
in
of
addition
life.
to the down payment
And so you want to pick out different kinds
of the house, and if
things
this
that
is
apply
no,
to your
then
life. The two
do
things
not
you
move
want
on
to
purchase an
avoid
house.
is
you want at least a
overbuying
quarter of your
insurance
mortgage
to the point
paid
where
off
you have two
before
different
you
kinds
even
of
move in.
insurance that cover
It's
the
a
same
great way to
exact
break
thing when
ground.
you could buy a much cheaper
Some people
one
disagree
that,
with this,
that
so if
applies
you
to
do,
a very
then
specific
go
part
ahead
of
and
life.
do whatever you
Or
would like to do.
underbuying it, where you buy too
Like I
specific,
say in the first
and then
video,
you
it's
realize
just
that
a
you don't have
suggestion,
really,
it's
you're not really even
mandatory
covered, and you're
command.
paying them for nothing because they're not going to be able to cover any kind
Is
of
my credit
disaster, or
score where
most
it
kinds of
should be?
disaster
In
that
other
apply to
words,
you. Example
am I
is I
able to
buy
avoid a
tornado
subprime mortgage,
insurance,
or
and I
a
live in the
not so
Midwest,
great mortgage
and
that will
or
most
I
likely
don't live in
lead
the
me to
Midwest,
foreclosure?
and I'm
If
banking
it's
on the
a
fact,
yes, this is more of
I
a
don't know, I live in
numerical
Massachusetts,
score.
and I'm
If it's a
banking on the
yes,
fact that I'm going to get hit
then
by a tornado,
continue on.
and so
If
I'm
it's
going
a no,
to pay
then
into tornado
try to
insurance.
boost
Now
your
this
credit
is
score a
a
little bit
terrible
more, and
idea.
I have a video
As
prove it
if I'm going to
behind.
just bank on the fact that I'm going to get hit by a
Can
tornado
I
and
afford the
nothing else
monthly
that's
payments?
going to happen.
I feel like this kind of
Probably
goes
not
hand
going to
in
be
hand
covered
with
if I get into a car accident
but
or
it's
another
really
car
important that
slams
you
into the side of
are
my
able
house.
to make those payments efficiently, and like I said, while still maintaining some kind of quality of life while you're doing it. Not, of course, you're going to need to make sacrifices along the way, but on the whole, you're going to need to be able to make these payments and not succumb to foreclosure. And does it make sense to buy right now? This will probably be your last question, where you need to just ask yourself, is this the kind of market where it's appropriate to buy right now? Are the houses inflated? Will the house be in disrepair because the person's just trying to get rid of it? Or is the local housing market crashing because of, say, a landfill opened up, or it's just simply the economy's not doing so good? And if it doesn't make sense, then don't buy. Simple as that.